Yo, it's your boy Junior G back again, and I ain't gonna lie, from the way the title looking, your boy broke AF. Your boy broke, but we ain't gonna pay no mind to that. What we're gonna do right now is focus on what could be done or what can't be done. I mean, I have a couple ideas that I've been mentioning that I would like to do or get into right now. Ain't nothing too big, but I mean, you had to start somewhere, you understand? As I mentioned from the earlier version, I want to be a superhero, but you know how that shit is. What else we have? We have the social experiment. We have a lot of ideas that we want to get into. I mean, I did write them now, so let me just look for them and see what is going on. But yeah, we have a lot of things. I want to get into like street interviews. I mean, to be able to like understand people and to be able to communicate, because I think that's a very, very valuable skill right now. Having the ability to communicate and talk as much as you possibly can, not in ignorance, but basically being able to articulate yourself as much as possible. So I think that's one thing I would like to get into. And I mean, it don't have to be no like big intellectual type ish. I mean, it's just general questions to like be able to converse back and forth and get certain things done. I've been reading certain books, and I mean, it helps to read a lot. So yeah, make sure and read a lot and get into something that you don't have the brain keep on going, because most of the times we always get up and we just go to our jobs and we do the same repeated thing. And I mean, it's to achieve, financial stability, whatever the case may be. But say for instance, people like me, as being creative, we tend to do it only because, I mean, it takes me a while to like acquire certain equipment like phone, and not only myself but everybody take time to like acquire certain things like my phone, like for instance this camera, the light in the background. I mean, it all depends on how you choose to like use your time and reinvest it, and I'm choosing to use this time to reinvest time, money, and energy to reinvest in what it is I want to do right now. You understand? So yeah, so I mean, it all depends on the person and what they really want to get into and what. Alright, so say for instance, I have these pointers here. I mean, you might see, but you can see there's a long list of things that I really want to get into. So say for instance, the superhero idea, right? I don't know what getting to be, but this idea is like stupid. So the content idea is, the world needs a superhero. We don't know, but we're putting it in a tag, right? So the tag is niggas ain't ish, right? So the abbreviation is NAS, right? I don't know how that's gonna fly, but to me personally, I think that's a funny ass idea. So we have the who, what, when, and why, the development of the superhero, the intro, why should he be looked in such a way? What is the message? If it's whether it's body positivity and whatever it is you're gonna get into. So the first development of the superhero is who, what, when, and why, right? All in the development of creating something that may be as entertaining. I don't know, it's just an idea. So the type of topics will be talked on based on a superhero, right? This is a character development. This is not me, but it's a character that I want to develop, right? So the type of topics is, say for instance, what is the opinion on dating and relationships now? And I mean, most people, I think that's like the most talked about thing right now within the relationship hemisphere, as some people would say. But I mean, that's a really good question, and I mean, it could be debated, but also the next question that we could get into is what needs to change. I mean, and that could be a heavy back and forth topic to get into. What needs to change depending on whether it's male, female, the dynamics and whatever it is. You understand? So that could be a good back and forth topic to get into between the both sexes in order to figure out what needs to change. We're not blaming men, we're not blaming women, but we're trying to get into and trying to like See if we have a middle ground. It must have a middle ground some point in time where you could be able to like say, yo, I agree or I disagree, or we could come to like a mutual agreement and fix what needs to be done. This question here is serious. What was a mistake he or she made in the relationship? I mean, some people will be biased into answering this question. They would tend to to me, being honest, people would have biased opinions on this one in particular, because some people wouldn't mention like the bad that they have done, but they will want to like usually blame the other person. So that's where you could get into a deep conversation within this one simple question. It's very debatable. And last but not least within this, what's your type? Everybody have a type, everybody have a preference, you understand? So I mean, some people are like tall, short, brown, skinny, fat. There's a variety, you understand? There's no one specific type, but you know, everybody have their own preference within what they like, what they want, the do's and the don'ts within having that preference. So that's a good one. And just as a bonus question within this character could be asking is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? I mean, I was looking into like the passport bureaus movement type of ish, and I think majority of the time these brothers, they ain't using the passport in the way they should be using it, because honestly what I've been researching is that you can acquire different passports for certain perks within that island or country that you want the passport from. You understand? So that's very important to understand the real strength of your passport. I mean, with my passport, I'm allowed into 92 different countries without a visa. Alright, I've never been to 10 countries yet, but having access to 92, that's something you should like try to get into on a video. Like 92 countries, yo. Like I don't personally know anybody that has been able to like go to those many countries, but I would personally like to go to and, you know, like experience it and actually share my experience with you guys to see, like, you know, there's more to life than where we are right now, and the ability to take the chance to do such. So that's within under the bulleted point types of topics that will be talked on. So we don't know as yet, but I mean, that's some base questions. We developing the character right now. Personal traits, I mean, everybody is different, and within character development, I think personality traits is very important, because I mean, some people, you have to be engaging, you understand? In order to do this, you have to be engaging, you have to captivate your audience, and I mean, that's something I'm also developing too, and I think I slowly building the confidence to do it. But this is me right now, me and a camera, but to be able to do this with me and somebody else, I wouldn't say it's harder, but it's a task that needs to be touched on. So personality traits, super outgoing, that's point one. If they have any ability to be super outgoing, to be jerry enough to like hold a conversation, to be able to approach, you know, say hi, good afternoon, I'm doing a simple interview, I'll have like 3 questions I would like to ask, you know, XYZ, ask a question. So the ability to engage and have like an open dialogue and to approach, I mean, that's some men should strive to do right now, because most of the time when they are online dating and everything, so we shoot a message and hope and pray that the person respond. That don't work anymore. Yes, 50% of the chance, I don't know the stats on that, but having the ability to communicate and things like that, and being outgoing, that's a good starting point to be on. So super outgoing, that needs to be worked on. So willing to cross the line. Whew. This is a good one. It ties in with super outgoing and willing and having the ability to like say, you know, I will cross this line for any reason to get what I want, and it doesn't have to be anything negative. It's just to be able to push the envelope, you know, to be like pushing the envelope to be like, you know, I could, like, alright, say for instance, with super outgoing, the ability to approach, right? Some people will not be comfortable with answering certain questions, but you have to be able to like be persuasive to move and not really twist their minds, but you know, do like have that mind game where you can be like, you know, yo, this is something like I want the answer to, and I know you don't want to give the answer to because I know what you're thinking right now. So to be able to like persuade them into that. Also, holding frame. Holding frame. Everybody have a different opinion on holding frame and what frame is. So frame is that having the ability to say, for example, if you're having a conversation with someone, you should have the ability, even though you agree or disagree with this person, you don't want to like bombard the person with all your truths, as most people would say, but you want to have the ability to say, you know, I agree, I disagree, I agree or disagree, but I think you should think about, you know, what it is. You should think about more deeply in your opinions to have the ability to have an open mind. You understand? So holding frame is basically standing for what you want and being able to like argue to the point, not really necessarily argue, but have your points on the subject as fluent and as clear as possible to have the ability to do so. So holding frame is very key, especially within men. I think most men are very fragile within their egos, and that's something we definitely have to work on, and I can be honest on that too. And last but not least, you have to be funny AF. I mean, most people, as we mentioned earlier, under the personality traits, there's a lot of things that, you know, need to be done personally with ourselves. So being funny is, I don't think it's a learned skill, it's a ability that someone has to like genuinely be funny. I mean, being yourself, you could be genuinely funny, but majority of the times most people don't have that trait. But I mean, that's an idea. So your boy broke for now, but as I mentioned, I have my list of ideas ready and waiting. I don't know where this video is gonna go, but 5 to 10 years from now, we're gonna see if I actually develop into the character or if I go into something else. So it's your boy Chinenergy. Stay tuned and see you on the next one. Peace out.